Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing on this fine day, the day after the better day? Let's see who we got in the chat tonight. We got Marianne Bimler, Linda Peterson, Ace, Todd Leginus. There's Heather Landskron in Heartland HQ with Dink and Tank. There's Tony, our cabin in the woods. And my buddy Chris, Adventure Awaits. There's Joe Jacobson. Blessings all of the Eastern Ohio or Iowa. Is there something I missed on that too? We'll have to check that out. Let's see. There's Treasure Hunter and Evelyn Newman. There's DJ Turner. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for coming in. We watch YouTube and Wanda Henry. So things are coming in for that I've ordered. I'm really happy about it. Some of these things that you'll be seeing in my videos. That is a miter joint, interlocking miter joint router bit. Pretty awesome. I'm looking really forward to trying these out. There's a bigger one. Big. And this one's for going deep into trays and bowls. So, got my lathe. I don't know if did I tell everybody I got my lathe? No, I got it the day after Wednesday last week. So that's in. And got some other things in that go along with that project. So, and I started working on setting my shop up so that I can do these projects. So, starting to get pretty excited. Would have worked on it more today, but I was just exhausted from staying up all night long, listening to all the good stuff going on. Lori prepping for heaven is in here. Good evening. Linda Peterson. We got Old Man King Homestead, and he's on next at the 10 o'clock Central Hour. So be sure to go check him out. We got, who else we got? We got Musgrave Family Farm. There's James Hall and BNS Odyssey. So the link is at the top of the chat for anybody that would like to come in and join me. We could mildly talk about politics if you want to, but be respectful. Be respectful. Talk mostly about what we're looking forward to. There's a New Image Landscaping and Concrete. That's Joe, and he's local to me. There's MT Homestead. Still got my mug. There's Treasure Hunter. That's Neil, and he's also the BNS Odyssey. Hiking with Jackie Boys in here, and there's Pretty and Pooch. So I'm getting excited. I'm starting to really get to know some of these other makers, and I've learned of a couple of others this week that I've introduced myself to, but we'll see what happens. Always nice to meet new people and get to know them. Fun mug it is, Brian. Yep, it is. It is one of my favorite mugs, if not the favorite mug. It's a nice size. Everybody knows I drink like crazy during my live. And it's lemon water. There is, I just saw him. Hey, hey, hey. It's hey, hey, hey. That's Gillum Farms, Johnny. Let's see. So Kevin's getting closer and closer to his retirement. That must be tough, knowing that you're so close and still having to go to work every day. Well, I don't know. I guess I won't have that problem. I'm going to work till I die, I think. There's Kelly, Rebel at Heart. And there's Amy. She's here. That's Amy from Leonard Mountain Homestead. So I'm pretty sure that just about everybody in this chat is very happy about what happened last night. I stayed up till probably about 4 o'clock trying to eke out any information I could get out of it before I said, okay, that's enough. And there's Johnny.
Hey.
Good evening.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good.
I'm glad it's going good for you.
I think everybody's in a happy mood today.
Yeah, pretty good mood.
It's a good start. It's a good start. Now we've got to wait.
Yeah.
Wait 3 months. We got to wait. Almost 3 months.
Pretty good mood.
Oh, it's like being underwater sometimes.
Hi, Heather. How are you doing? Hey, Amy. So, yeah, happy and very tired, MT Homestead says. And Linda said there's Gentleman Johnny. I don't know how I get the gentleman name. I really don't.
What's that?
Linda always calls me gentleman for whatever reason.
You're gentlemanly, aren't you?
Amy, I apologize. I'm gonna apologize. I have not been in very many lives. And it's because I'm in the mode right now. I am in this mode, and the mode involves a lot of early mornings and late evenings and sitting in trees and getting gear ready and things like that. So, there you go. It's hunting season. You got it. Once that's over with.
You really have to apologize for hunting season anymore? I mean, you really have to apologize for hunting season? Everybody knows how important that is to people.
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, to me, it's just, I live it all year long. I wait for this. I can hardly wait. So
I bet it's more important to you than football.
What's football, man? I tell people all the time, if OU is playing right across the road, or the Sooners, mind you, were playing right across the road, I wouldn't even walk over there. That's just me.
That's why I made the joke. I didn't think you were much of a football person.
Nah.
I have been. I enjoy being with a crowd of people. I mean, I loved going to the game. That was awesome. But on my own, it was not something that I did. In groups of people, it was fun.
Yeah. So, I've been, I've said a lot. I've been sitting a lot. I've eyeballed a lot of different deer, and I'm just like, I'm waiting on, specifics. So very specific this year. So
Red Dirt Rooster Road is in here.
Yep, I got to meet them.
You did?
Yeah, I got to meet them at Pinecone Fest. So, yes, I would be at the racetrack. As a matter of fact, Tony, I'm getting ready to contact the drag strip, that same drag strip you guys and Amy and them came to. I'm getting ready to contact them and see if they got something going on the 16th, because I would love to get the car. I mean, that's going to be a good day to deer hunt, but it's also, I want some good air. I want to see what my car will really do. And we haven't had any good air yet that I considered really good air to run in. So if they got really, I'd like to see what it'll do in good air. So maybe the 16th they'll have something going on. John doesn't love us little people anymore. He just uses deer season excuse. LOL, just kidding. You know better than that, Bowen. You know better than that. You know better than that. I'm nowhere. I mean, if it would be different if you saw me, like maybe on certain fishing trips or something like that. But I'm just I'm in a tree. I'm telling you, and when I'm not in a tree, I'm getting something ready. Mike, sorry about that, buddy. So I've got a rant that I'm going to do tomorrow night, though. Something I've noticed something happened 2 or 3 times, and I'm going to rant tomorrow night about it. So, hi Wanda, how are you? So, have you made anything lately?
No, I've been setting up to make stuff. It's just
now
kind
you
of
got your lathe.
I got it like Thursday.
Okay.
But then I needed to set up a place where I could do it. It's 200 pounds or more.
Oh, wow.
It's not something where I could just put on a foldy table and start working. I needed to actually set up something solid enough to hold it.
Now, if I do a pre-rant, guys, it's gonna ruin the actual rant. Just show up tomorrow night and tomorrow evening at 5. You'll hear about it, because I'm pretty disappointed in YouTube a little bit right now. I'm pretty disappointed. So, and that's what my rant's about. It's about YouTube. So, but anyway. We'll go into it tomorrow, and it might be so. And the other thing I want to talk about is because I'm sure you guys and probably Brian has probably experienced something as well. So I will find out, but I'm not going to say anything till tomorrow. So.
Well, now I want to know what you're talking about.
I might have to tell you later.
Yeah, you can tell me in the after party.
Yeah, I'll tell you in the after party. That way you can be all ready for it.
Dexter doesn't care.
Yeah, YouTube is on my S list. Lori, yes. Yep, YouTube just, yeah.
There's Tony Sutton.
Yeah, we watch YouTube. That's something else. We didn't know that we were going to know who won by last night, by just, a little bit past midnight, actually.
It actually went pretty quick. I mean, I was expecting.
I figured we wouldn't know anything for like a week.
We knew last night before we went to bed that there was no way they were going to try. They couldn't have done anything to turn it around.
I've seen those little. You remember how they used to have the little curved line, and then you had the Trump curve, and then you had the Biden curve, and then you had the they went across it at the very end of it. Well, it would have took a to get past this one.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something about that one meme that's been going around where it's got Trump's hairdo, and it's like the red line's going up at the top, and the other one goes and goes.
Yeah. It it was like they said, too big to rig. It was too big to rig last night. So,
Oh, he spun it.
huh?
I didn't get to see it. Okay, Bailey. His name's Chris. He has why do names just slip my mind when I'm trying to
He
think?
made a top.
Yes, he made a top. Yeah, but I gotta think of his name. It's Bailey's Woodworks. Bailey's Woodworks. I knew that. I just, me, and everybody knows me. I can't think of names for the life of me. But he was making a huge top. I mean, this sucker was scary looking the way it was turning on that lathe. Like it was gonna fly. Well, one part did fly off for a second there and got it back up there and going. But I was like, you have to use both hands and both feet to spin that sucker.
Yeah. Well, that is cool.
I'll have to go back and check out. I only missed the last 15 minutes of it, probably.
Bailey Woodworking. So that's cool. I mean, I can appreciate something like that. You need to make a big, huge top or like a gigantic, rocking chair or something like that.
I'm going to spin a rocking. Watch me as I spin a rocking chair.
Gigantic, so you can sit in it and look like
I have pictures of me in the big chair, just like Christine does. When I came home from Shoot Dang, I stopped and saw one of my friends, and we came across a huge chair like that.
So the side of the Amish voting was amazing.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, they even brought the Amish out, and they usually don't like to get involved.
No, they just pray about it. That's those communities, the Amish and the Mennonites and stuff like that. They just pray about the elections. They pray, and then but they don't actually vote. But
people weren't always.
We got to vote. Pennsylvania.
Passionate about what they wanted to vote for. Mm-hmm. I mean, you see these people crying because the other one lost, and we didn't cry when we lost last time. we just got real quiet. Got real quiet.
Yeah, we got quiet and went to work the next day.
We didn't have time to sit there and boo-hoo on TikTok.
Uh-oh. Tony sent me a text.
Bill from My Alaska is in here, and he had 16 inches of snow this week.
Nice.
That was his first snow, I guess. Saw his video.
Good to see you,
earlier today.
Yeah, that's a good one, Tony.
Yeah, we even won the popular, so that's good. That's good. There's no way they can question it.
Well, at first, as soon as they saw him getting close on the electoral, immediately somebody went on MSNBC or CNN. I can't remember who the guy was, and he started saying they need to get rid of the old, that old system of the electoral college because that doesn't express the will of the people. Blah blah blah. And stuff like that. And then they found out he got the popular vote too.
That's okay, Todd Legenist. I was actually talking to the guy that did my roof is Amish, and I was talking to him about the differences of their religion and the Mennonites, and I was like, okay. He told me, and I forgot already. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, they used to be over here. They used to be They used to wouldn't drive anything but like tractors. They wouldn't have phones and electricity in their homes and stuff like that. And then now they have electricity, phones. There's a lot of them that still drive tractors, but you'll also see them driving a few cars a little bit. So Mennonites have electricity and drive cars, says Kelly.
He was trying to explain it to me. He could do texting and stuff, but it has to be through some kind of a power box. I didn't understand that. I imagined it was. I really couldn't. I couldn't picture what he was talking about.
James, I did watch that video. I commented on it and watched it. And there's a few more videos I need to catch up on. But that was pretty cool. He's going to have 312 electoral votes. Isn't that crazy? Too big to rig is what we call that.
I said it was going to be 300 at least or more. I bet you it was higher than that even.
Amish only have electric in the barns. Mennonites have outdated technology. Hey, Sean. I'm trying to go back up and see what. Yeah. Google's not sure the difference. Yeah. Google's wrong on a lot of stuff. We have Google right close to here. There's a huge Google place over here in Pryor, Oklahoma. The buildings are just massive, and they have these huge cooling systems that all kinds of ductwork and plumbing pipes, all kinds of things, and it's to keep those computers cool in there. And yeah, I'm telling you, Google is Skynet. It's Skynet. I went to bed early as I saw what states had been taken, so it was early night for me last night. Boy, it was a late night for me.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 o'clock when I went to bed.
Sean, I don't know how much rain we got. I don't have any rain gauges out right now. I know we got enough to our ponds were way low, and the ponds are completely running over, and the water is still just pouring out of the ground.
Doesn't the ground get so dry and tight that it holds water for a while before it absorbs in?
Well,
that more in clay land.
We had so much. It was so dry here. We hadn't had a rain since I think it was the first week of August. Last rain we had, and it was, I'm glad we got it. I wish we wouldn't have had all the tornadoes and stuff that came along with it, but the rain was awesome. And I heard Kelly saying on Mike and Terry's live that they had 11 inches of rain over there. I think they're over by 8 there. Mennonites live like it's 1920. Amish live like it's 1820.
From what I understood is it's constantly evolving as they decide certain things they'll allow.
Hey, coffee walks and whatever. So Heather got rain too. That's in Florida, I believe, isn't it? And Heather, aren't you in Florida?
No, she's in.
I thought she was in Florida.
She's in above Kansas, so she's probably. I think she's in Michigan. No, she's not. Wisconsin, is it? I can't remember now. I know it's above Kansas.
Oh, okay.
Or she could just tell us.
Wisconsin.
Did I say that? I'm not sure.
You set up above Kansas.
I couldn't picture what the next
Yeah,
state.
if you just keep going up above Kansas, up above like
I
Iowa.
couldn't
Up
picture what state was above Kansas.
well, Iowa.
I knew it was. Yeah. So she's even above that. Yeah, she's even above that.
Hey, Todd, those giant rolls will compost down. I'm telling you, I'd do a lot of hay, and yeah, they turn to dirt. So I was wondering why don't those giant rolls start to compost down? Yeah, they
How
do.
long have they been doing the roll?
I've got some that are the first cutting last year, which was in let's see, I believe it was June. No, maybe early June, late May. The first cutting, not from this year that we come off of this summer, but the year before, that hay is really pretty dirty right now. Let's just put it that way.
I mean, when did the what history wise, when did they start rolling the hay like that?
Well, I don't really know. All I know is whenever I was a kid, all we did was square bales.
That's what I thought.
That's what
I
everybody
don't remember seeing the round
little
ones.
square bales, little 60-pound square bales. That's what.
Throw those up in the loft, those round ones.
But round bales came about after I was done hauling hay as a kid, which had to have been in the sometime in the 80s probably.
I'm surprised Linda hasn't answered that already.
Yep, Heather, they are scary. The tornadoes do get scary. And thank you. So that's what, we've got so much hay, and hay's not, it's really funny. We were extremely dry this year, but we still got 2 cuttings of hay. And we had a lot of hay left over from last year. So we got a lot of hay that I'm just putting out there, not in anything. I'm just letting the cows kind of waller it around. And all they're doing is covering rocks with it. It's going to break down. It's going to create soil. So it's got a lot of seed still in it, which helps. I was noticing a lot of, like where I fed the last 2 years, I've noticed a lot of Bermuda grass coming in those areas, and that's straight out of that hay, that we feed. Because I definitely don't plant any of it. So. But you're welcome, Todd. Did everything the women did there. So she stayed with the Amish. Linda did for a period of time. That's got to be quite the lifestyle, I'm telling you.
That would be interesting to go and do that for a month, but
well, a month.
I don't know, just to yeah.
All you gotta do is watch. What was that old show? What was that show where the guy went out and milked the bull?
Are you talking about that comedy one?
Yeah, that comedy.
Yeah.
Lori said maybe a week. What was that comedy? Hey, Chad, help us out here. Had Tim the tool, had the guy that plays Tim the tool man. Him and his wife, they ended up they were basically crooks. They ended up staying with the Amish.
It was something to do with protection program, witness protection program or something.
Yeah. So Beth says the first round bell was built in 1966 at Iowa University. Well, it took a long time to get to Oklahoma from Iowa.
Yeah. Trends sometimes take a long time. I mean, even the fashion trends, just remembering from when we moved from California, it took 3 years. So we were wearing certain things in California and we moved here. It took 3 years before they started wearing them out here. Like, well, I can understand Ocean Pacific. It was specific.
Oh, the old OP stuff.
Yeah, we were wearing. I had my brother's hand-me-downs in 8th grade, and I was wearing it to school, and they were like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Yeah, we've had it for 5 years. The shirt's old. You guys are behind."
Yeah, I was wearing that stuff in the early 80s.
I thought it was interesting because there was one thing that was very evident is in California, the girls wore high heels with jeans. And my sister came back here in New York and she was wearing high heels with jeans and they all laughed at her. And then the rest of the school started wearing high heels with jeans by the time the week was up.
Sean, I'm with you on that. It was probably around the 90s. Troy, I have not. Oh, I'm glad you keep reminding me of that. My goodness. Christine has got, now things are growing right now. I mean, we got that rain, so I think that's probably actually even better. But when Christine gets back and she tells me where she hid the morel spores, I'll make sure I get them out because I've got a spot right out here that is going to be perfect for that. So I'm hoping, and I'll tell you what, if you happen to be in our live, either well, let's say Saturday night at chilling with the Gillum, she'll be here. She'll be there in that for sure. That'd be a good time to bring that up again if you happen to be around.
Yes,
for richer, for poorer. Yep, that's it. That's it.
It did take a while for the bell bottoms to get out here after they started in California.
Give me a holler, Troy says. All right, let me do it whenever Christine gets back. Yeah. So everybody figured out what the movie was. It was hilarious, though.
I watched it, but I can't remember it. I just basically remember.
Well, that isn't the scene that I did wasn't from that.
The what?
The scene I was talking about, milking the bull. That was from the one. It was from Kingpin. Remember the Amish boy from Kingpin that played?
Like, I remember that vaguely.
Bowling.
I did not watch that movie diligently.
Yeah, those are a couple of movies that, had a lot of that kind of stuff in it. Pauly Shore as a farmer did that. Okay. Pauly Shore. I thought they had a scene like that in Kingpin as well. Maybe. Yep. They'd be by elm trees. The other thing that they can be by is cedar trees. We find a lot of morels here around cedars. Dying elms is a good place for them. But cedars are also a good place to find them. And I do have some dying elms just right out here. So
I need to start collecting different species of wood and stuff.
Hi, Nanny Tam.
I got to get up to the other property and get some of the apple wood because that's got some really nice marbling in it.
Yep, they did. Woody Harrelson was in Kingpin. That's right. Nanny Tam's been lurking. I've got the good old fall allergy going on right now.
Nanny Tam.
Yep.
Good evening.
You remember her?
Yes, I do.
Dutch elm
Did I say
disease.
hi to Wanda Henry? I think I did. But hi.
Joe Jacobson says there's an audio lag on my end.
Audio lag.
You notice an audio lag whenever I'm talking to you?
Mm-mm.
That's what I thought.
It's all
Love cedar. Yeah, we had a lot of Dutch elm here, Dutch elm disease here as well.
that's what I got to do when I come down there again is get some people to give me some different woods that I don't get up here. Stuff that's common to you.
What's that?
I don't know. You tell me. That's why I say.
What, the wood?
Oh, you've got to have something down there that we don't have.
Well, we've got white oak, red oak, post oak, cedar, elm, a lot of ash.
Ash would be.
Now,
Oh,
ash,
we got a mountain ash. We got 2 mountain ashes out here that are dead. That probably
you know,
have wood in it.
ash has been dying all the way across the country. It's got a disease going on with it as well. But we still have a lot of ash, a lot of bodark, which is a cool wood to work with. You know, like if you're going to be making things on that lathe, I think that bodark is some of the prettiest wood. That's what I made a lot of my bows out of. I'm getting it for both ends there. So, Joe Jacobson, I think it's on your end because everybody else is saying everything is good.
See, doing things as a maker is not something that I'm used to doing. I just know I want to do it and I know I can do it because I work on construction and all that stuff. But I've been an artist, did that, done it, still can do it. I've worked in construction and stuff, but working with wood and knowing species and the terminology for lathes and all that stuff is going to be new to me. It's just a different aspect of interest that I need to learn about. But I know I can do it, and
Hey, there's Chris
before. Yeah, Mr. Leonard Mountain Homestead.
And he is correct. They're raw ash borer.
I bet the other Chris is still lingering in there somewhere too.
Think so?
Yeah, he always is.
Watch. Always here.
Watch. I could just say, "Hey, Chris, say hi on the chat," and he'll watch this be the one time he doesn't, or he's playing a trick on me, and I'm not gonna say anything if he's gonna say it like that.
Hey, Chris.
There you go.
Miss you guys. I'll be glad whenever I can get back into the groove, being on all the lives and talking to everybody and stuff like that.
Well, you just got to quit hunting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like not going to happen.
Well, cottonwood, spruce, poplar, willow, and birch. Yep.
We have poplar and we have, actually have some curly willow that I've had for 20 years waiting to make. I was out there cleaning the yard up with my mom one day and there's these chunks of this curly willow. That's pretty nice. I should keep it for some reason and make something out of it someday. So it's been sitting up in the loft of the barn for at least 20 to 25 years. So it's good and dry now.
Yeah. Tony, I'm a little bit more picky this year than I normally would be because we got a beef and we got our pigs back from the processor. So freezers are pretty good. The only thing that we're really low on is deer burger. So, but I'm just kind of holding out, having fun right now.
I got deer burger in my freezer.
Nice. Did somebody in your family hunt it or?
The neighbor, we tell him it's okay to hunt on our property, so he gave us some.
Oh, nice. So, New York is a funny place as far as deer go. I've seen a lot of people. No, I'm not going to make any ring bologna. I know some guys that used to hunt a lot in the New York area that are on. I'm a moderator on remember forums on just on the internet. Just say like a forum.
Yeah.
I'm a moderator on a deer hunting forum, and there's some guys from New York, and it seems like they have a really tough time deer hunting. Let's just put it that way. When I say tough time, it's like the deer are not as numerous as they are here. Like we have multiple opportunities. If I don't have an opportunity, 10 opportunities a day, that's pretty unreal.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to it like you do, but there are times of the year where I see them daily down in our fields and running through our grapes, and so
probably where they are, where they're hunting. They said the deer there move with the snow where they're at in New York. In other words, they yard up, so they move to different wintering areas and things like that, which is something they never do here. There's no such thing as a wintering, summering area here. We don't get.
we got some pretty big woods on our property, and then I know there's a bunch of them that stay in those apple trees I was talking about, because the apple orchard that was there never had any good apples on it. Even when they were doing well, the variety it was not a desirable apple. So we just let it go. And then we were going to cut them out. And the neighbor goes, you don't really have to cut them out because it's really nice to have deer there. And so we just left it alone.
Yeah, that's cool, Nanny Tam. Up there in New York, you guys got a lot of natural apple trees. I mean, there's a lot of, and that's the other thing. They're always talking about all the apple tree, just basically native apples. And see, we don't really have that here. That's not a thing.
Those are crap apples.
Yeah, well,
it's like a Red Delicious wannabe.
Deer sure like them though.
Oh, I'm sure they do. They're not that bad. I mean, I've eaten them and they're good enough for if you just want an apple, I guess, but nothing I would buy in the store.
Well, yeah, but if it's free.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't, if I bought some and they tasted like that, I wouldn't buy them again. But if they're just there and you're eating it, oh well.
We got horse apples. Yeah, we got horse apples. That's right. So, and that's the other thing I was going to ask about. Heather loves apples. There may be some apples up around Heather in Wisconsin. But the persimmons. Do you guys have persimmons in New York?
Sounds familiar. I used to know the apples because we would sell apples on the stand.
Well, it's not an apple. It's a persimmon.
Well, you said it was an apple.
No, it's a persimmon.
Okay, then I don't know.
It's just a persimmon. So
I've heard the word, but I don't know anything about it.
Yep.
Is it like an apple?
Huh?
Is it like an apple?
Little orange. It's round. It's about you know.
Oh, the little crab apples?
No. It's a persimmon. It's not a crab apple.
Don't blow out your artery. It's okay.
Yeah, it's a persimmon. I think it's more of a southern thing. And
Of course, apples are good for gardening, right?
horse apple are good for the garden. I have no idea. I don't know why would a horse apple? How does a horse apple be good for a garden? Yeah, it's more like a plum, but it's not a plum either. It's just a persimmon. But it's, I can tell you one thing: before they ripen up, you don't want to bite into one, because that dude will pucker your mouth up so so quick. It is the sourest thing ever. But yeah, you look like you've been sucking on a persimmon. Have you heard that saying? That's what when we watch YouTube. Yeah, that'd be like. So, but once they start, once they ripen up, boy, they are nice and sweet. Road apples.
Most people like apple pie, Heather.
Like a choke cherry. I don't know. Haven't got any choke cherry. We do have we have cherry trees here. We don't call them choke cherry. And that's something you might need. Is you guys have cherry wood up there?
Cherry wood.
Mm-hmm.
That yeah, I guess so. But like I said, I'm totally ignorant when it comes to the different. I mean, I know some of the wood.
When you come back down, we'll cut you some, and you can take it back with you.
Oh,
we'll cut you a little bit of bodark. We'll cut you a little bit of cherry. We'll cut you, some different types of wood, and then that way you can take it back, throw it on your lathe, and make things out of it. And see what it turns out.
See, I didn't know, so I was asking like my dad or whoever I had to ask: is cherry wood from cherry tree, or is cherry wood cherry wood? So I didn't know, and apparently cherry wood is totally not cherry tree.
Yep. Well, so the cherry wood is not from a cherry tree.
That's what I understand, but
really,
I could be wrong. I don't know. That's why I was asking. Just like Applewood, I started. I was starting to watch these videos, and they started talking about Applewood. And I says, "Well, is Applewood from an apple tree?"
So,
your neck of the woods should have
bird's eye maple.
Bird's eye maple. Yeah, I think so.
Which is that like a spalded maple? Like it has in the texture of it. It's got a once you plane it, it's going to look like it's got little, bird's eyes
veins of. It's actually a fungus. Cherry wood comes from an American black cherry tree.
We got that.
I don't got none of that.
Yeah, we got a lot of cherry trees right here. I don't know how many I've dozed down.
I'm gonna have to school myself on wood because I really don't know.
Yeah,
I was thinking I'd be happy just to find some contrasting wood and color.
Yeah,
so I can do some of the projects I want to do. But
well, like I said, you can get some of it whenever you come down next spring. You can get some of this Oklahoma wood, and you can take it up there and use it with your New York wood, and maybe get some Ohio wood, and next, maybe some Arkansas wood, which is going to be the same exact thing as Oklahoma wood. So, But anyway,
Yeah, I got a lot to learn.
they're cherry
It's
placing.
funny. I say I got a lot to learn, but I know that I know that I can learn it and figure it out and be interested in it. It's just going to take a while. So when you see my videos and I said, I don't know if I'm doing this right, but this is what I'm doing.
I just planted 5 peach trees. Now I need to plant pear trees. Yep. And are you the pear trees? Are they going to be for you, Tony, or are they going to be for the wildlife?
I should have saved some of that. We took out a couple pear trees.
I tell you what, we had so many pears this year. I mean, it was crazy how many pears we had. But I mostly grow kefir pears. So Tony says for meat. So yeah, we never, it's funny. We've got a bunch of apple trees. We've got an orchard, and we've got apples, peaches, pears, and plums. And the pears we always typically get. The apples will start every year, and they'll get to growing, and they'll get yay big or so. And it seems like they're down there where the cattle are. Okay, they're not right here. So I'll see them, and I'll go. Next time I come out, I'm going to check those and see if they're ripe. They don't get red, so they're like a green apple or a yellow apple or something like that. So whenever I go back, they'll be all gone. I mean, every one of them off the tree. There'll be like hundreds of them on the tree. I'll leave for a day or two and come back, and there'll be 0 on the tree. They'll be gone. They won't be on the ground. They won't be anywhere. I'm beginning to think that they've been abducted by aliens or something like that.
That's pretty cool, Linda.
Yep. Fire blight.
We lost all our apple and pear from the fire.
Yep. Red Dirt Rooster Road, you can get trees that are they're kind of resistant to that. I've noticed that kefirs are pretty resistant to because we've got a ton of cedar around where our orchard is, and our kefirs seem to be able to. Birds are eating all those apples. I guess it's possible. Seemed like there'd be something left.
I don't know. I remember the story of MT Homestead. They had a bunch of fruit trees in their yard, and the locusts ate them all. Or was it locusts or the? Not the locusts.
Something like a bird or a locust. There would be like pits and seeds and different things like that. So squirrels will eat them too. So, and somebody read what Kelly says, maybe Bigfoot's getting them. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, it's. I do need to set up a game camera and figure out what's going on with them because it always amazes me because there'll be like 400 or 500 apples on this tree, and I'll leave and I'll come back 2 days later, and there's not a sign that there's ever been an apple on those trees. And I'm just amazed. I'm like, what in the world is happening with them?
Well, those squirrels are safe as long as they're not living in someone's house as a pet.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, where wasn't that in? Was that in New York?
New York.
Was it in New York City or was it like in the state of New York?
It was in the New York City region. I don't know exactly where.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What was that squirrel's name?
The thing that was a squirrel was a mascot for a animal rescue program. It's unbelievable. If you watch the story, it's like you're like, what?
Hey, Amy, I'm glad you're still here, Amy. There are nets for those apple trees.
Well,
Yeah, Peanuts the
I'm
squirrel and Fred the raccoon.
I'm here is a inside joke.
Oh, okay.
Well, you changed it up. I'm still here, but it started out on Backroad Freedom's channel. I said, I'm here. All I said, I'm here. And they made a big joke and they were laughing about it all the next couple of lives they had. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, that's a good point, Wanda. Everyone hit the like button for Brian, please.
Yes, and subscribe too.
Yep.
Subscribe.
If you haven't already, surely you've subscribed to Brian. I mean, who hadn't subscribed to Brian?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that all of these, everybody subscribed to me on that are in the chat right now.
So
35 people. 35 people in chat, even on the day after election night. That's pretty cool. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time to come in and say hello.
apparently there was a squirrel running around behind Harris during her speech today. I haven't seen her speech. I was across the room until I sat here in front of my computer. Hey, Brook Trout won.
Brook Trout won. I've seen him in my comments a couple of times, handful of times.
Venice, Florida.
Thank you for coming in.
So
Venice, Florida.
Well,
Is it already? Man, that hour went by fast.
yeah, it went quick. But everybody, tomorrow night, don't forget, Gillum Farms, 5 o'clock. I know I missed the last one, but I got this one already set up. So
I think we're all going to take up hunting and miss your live tomorrow.
You want to miss it? I
I'm
haven't missed yours. I've been in it the last 2
life.
weeks, buddy.
Where'd Brian go? I'm out hunting.
All right.
Sorry, I missed your live. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody in the chat coming in and joining us, and for my moderators that protect my channel. Thank you, Johnny, for coming in and joining me, and it was a nice night. We're all happy, but we're all tired too. I know. We're all very tired. I think everybody stayed up late last night. So, again, next week, Wednesday, 9 o'clock Central. See you all then. Bye for now.
Good night, y'all.